Ryan, big goal tonight. How much pressure have you been feeling the last couple of weeks? I think you saw from your reaction, your teammates' reaction, getting that goal. What's it meant to you?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like everyone kind of knows that this has been like a frustrating year, especially for me. And I've always been the type of player to have such high expectations of myself. So um, any strike, whenever you're going through somewhat of like a drought or a low period, you can put a lot of stress on yourself. And I think especially as a young guy, that's a trap I fell into, is I put a lot of stress on myself. But yeah, I feel like I had a lot of great support, not only from my teammates, but from family back home and just from coaches as well. Like I would call some coaches back in Edmonton and they would give me advice for hours. But yeah, that was an emotional feeling, finally getting that goal. And God knows how much I wanted that and how much I've been waiting for that. So it's like a weight lifted off my shoulders almost.
I think the thing as well with you is because you did so well last year, people forget how young you are and that you're still like learning the game and you're still developing. What kind of advice have you had from your teammates like Brian White, Thomas Mueller, Ryan Gold? What have they kind of been saying to you to just keep you in the right mindset for these games?
Yeah, they've all told me just focus on what you can control and also not to be so hard on yourself. Sometimes I also forget that this is my first professional season, and then that I'm only 18 years old, and um, yeah, not to be too hard on yourself and kind of just continue to build and continue to learn. Like it's okay to make mistakes, it's okay to fail, but as long as you're trying and you're learning, I think that's the most important thing. And I feel like the best advice they gave me is more on the field stuff, teaching me different movements and where they want me to be per se. But yeah.
I just ask one more. Like you've had a chance now to play with Johnny.
Mhm.
It's like you've come through BTB together. You've come through the academy together. What was those moments like for you playing with him in the Leagues Cup?
Oh my God. It didn't feel real almost because like me and Johnny come from the same neighborhood in Edmonton, um, and I've known him for like years. And we came to the academy together, and we played together like almost the last like 5 years. And I've always known Johnny as like my silly like best friend, and then like now I see him performing on the first team, so it's like wow, like it's a blessing and it's a dream come true, and it's like such a fun experience playing with your best friend, and I'm still mad about myself that I didn't score that one he crossed to me. Would have been crazy, but yeah,
Ryan, you're a young man who part of your life experiences is you kind of went through school through the pandemic, and I think one of the things we learned in that period of time as a culture and as a world is resiliency is really really important.
hmm
I just wonder if you talk about that for you in this kind of this season that you've been on, where things haven't bounced your way, haven't gone your way, but you've been able to be resilient, and how important that is for you as a footballer, but
yeah,
maybe also for you in life in general.
yeah. I feel like there's been a lot of moments where I've proven to myself that I can overcome hardship. Um, Not many people know that when I was 14 years old and 15 years old, I actually was rejected 3 times by the Whitecaps Academy, and I had to do a second year in Edmonton, just developing myself and then coming back stronger and eventually making the residency program. Obviously, COVID was hard. It didn't hit me as hard because I was still pretty young during that time, but yeah, I feel like it's the identity of the group. You've seen how resilient we can be, and you've seen how tough we can be, and I feel like there's such a brotherhood within the squad where it's like I know that I can lean on my teammates whenever I'm going through hard times. For example, the penalty miss last game. As soon as I missed, I was in my head like, man, what the heck? Really disappointed on myself. But the first guy was Tristan, grabbed me, and I look up and he's smiling in my face. He's like, "It's okay, it's calm. Like you're a rookie. It happens." Um, so yeah, I feel like being resilient is part of not only my identity but the group's identity, and then also just the brotherhood that we have, where I know I can make mistakes, and I know no matter what, my brothers are gonna ride for me. So yeah.
Um, as a striker, service is important to you. To making you successful, to making the team successful. And even in this game, there was a moment where a ball came over the top of you. You couldn't quite control it. It got away from you. You could see your frustration. But later on, you get a wonderful pass from Sabi over the top. It's beautiful. Just talk about the pass from Sabi and the goal itself. Kind of just how you experienced it.
Yeah, it happened so fast in the moment, but I remember Sabi getting it on the wing, and there was so much space. So I told him to start dribbling inside, and I was in the middle, and I kind of rolled out, and we created a 2v1 with that right center back, and then the pass from Safi was brilliant. He chipped it over him, and then I kind of just let it take my time and picked out my corner. But yeah, it was a great pass and a great assist.
Congrats on scoring a Cascadia Cup winning goal, my friend.
Thank you.